सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, हाउ आर यू? अभी तक हम लोगों ने क्या क्या किया? पॉलिनोमियल्स चैप्टर में 9th क्लास सेकंड चैप्टर मैथ्स, व्हाट वी हैव डन टिल नाउ। अभी तक हमने सबसे पहले समझा पॉलिनोमियल क्या होता है, फिर हमने समझा एक पॉलिनोमियल के जीरोस को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे, फिर हम लोगों ने एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रिमाइंडर थ्योरम समझी और उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस एक्सरसाइज 2.3 के हम लोगों ने कंप्लीट किए, राइट? अब एक्सरसाइज 2.3 में जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन हम लोगों ने किया था, मैं वापस ध्यान दिला देता हूं। मैंने कहा था ये रिलेट हो रहा है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थ्योरम दैट इज कॉल्ड फैक्टर थ्योरम से। और उस क्वेश्चन में हम लोगों ने ये कहा था कि अगर अगर किसी भी पॉलिनोमियल को दूसरे पॉलिनोमियल से डिवाइड करने पे रिमाइंडर जीरो आता है तो डिवाइजर कहलाता है डिविडेंड का फैक्टर। Whenever we are dividing any polynomial by any linear polynomial, let us say, right? And if the resultant remainder of the division is 0, that means the division is complete. In that case, we say the divisor is a factor of dividend. चलो मैं कोरिलेट करता हूं पहले नंबर से। Let us take the number 155. If we divide it by 5, we get 3 hours 15, remainder 0, carry down 5, 5 1 hours 5, remainder 0. Because this remainder is 0, we say 155 is divisible by 5. 155 is multiple of 5. Or 5 is a factor of 150. That is how we related in numbers. For qualifying 5 as a factor of 155, my condition was remainder should be 0. Let us correlate this with the remainder theorem that we have understood. We said if we are dividing a polynomial px by x minus a, the remainder is pa. That's what remainder theorem is. This x minus a will be a factor if this remainder is 0. If the remainder is 0, then this divisor will be a factor. Correlate it with the numbers. Is that clear? Simple. That means we have now a very important factor theorem, which is nothing new. It is a extension of remainder theorem. Right? What it says is that if any polynomial px is divided by linear polynomial gx equals x minus a, such that pa is 0, then x minus a is a factor of px. I know your confusion. I will be addressing that just now. पी ए इक्वल टू 0 से एक कंफ्यूजन आपके दिमाग में आया, मुझे मालूम है, मैं उसे एड्रेस अभी करूंगा, राइट। बट पहले इसको समझते हैं क्या बोला गया फैक्टर थ्योरम में। फैक्टर थ्योरम में ये बोला गया भाई, बहुत सिंपल सी बात, कि अगर कोई भी पॉलिनोमियल, एनी पॉलिनोमियल px, और इस पॉलिनोमियल px की कहने की जरूरत नहीं, डिग्री ग्रेटर देन 1 होनी चाहिए, बिकॉज यू आर डिवाइडिंग इट बाय x माइनस a, डिग्री 1 पॉलिनोमियल, राइट। its degree may be 1 also, but it should not be less than 1, right. Whatever its degree, it should be 1 or greater than 1, not less than 1, right. So if px is divided by a linear polynomial, linear means having x power 1 of the form x minus a, such that polynomial's value at a is 0. What is a? The 0 of x minus a. Polynomial's value at a is 0. Then x minus a is a factor of px. This is what our factor theorem says. We'll see examples. But first, let me address your confusion. Some of you might be thinking, सर जब जीरो ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल आपने डिफाइन किया था, जीरो ऑफ पॉलिनोमियल जब आपने डिफाइन किया था, तो आपने ये डिफाइन किया था कि a number will be a zero of the polynomial if the polynomial's value at a is 0. जीरो हमने ये तो डिफाइन किया था, that zero of a polynomial is the value of the variable at which the value of the polynomial becomes 0. So here the value of variable is a at which the value of the polynomial is becoming 0. And now you are saying x minus a is a factor. X minus a is a factor, right? So let me clarify this. If x equals a is a 0 of px, then x minus a is a factor of px. This is very important correlation between the zero of a polynomial and its factor. किसी भी पॉलिनोमियल के जीरो से उसके फैक्टर्स निकालने का ये एक तरीका है. We'll be using this in our exercise to factorize polynomials of degree 3. We may use it for degree 4, for degree 5 and so on, provided their real factors exist or their real zeros exist. So please keep this in mind. Very, very important correlation it is. Whatever value of the variable is a zero of any polynomial, that value subtracted from the variable, that is x minus 0 will be a factor of the polynomial, right? So actually the basic thing is zeros and factors are related in this manner. The zero of a polynomial and its factors are related in this manner, right? I will put it in this way: x minus 0 of px is a factor of px. X minus 0 of px is a factor of px. Here we are taking the standard variable x. It may be y, it may be t, it may be u, it may be v, it may be any variable. So variable minus 0 of polynomial is a factor of that polynomial in one variable. So dear students, we have example number 11. right? What it is saying? Examine whether x plus 2 is a factor of x cube plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 6 and of 2x plus 4, right? In this question, we are given one more very important concept. I'll come to that at the end of this question. First, let us see what we have to do. What we have to examine, which factor we have to examine? X plus 2. From this factor, find the value of x. That is, it's 0. Right? So, what is our gx? Gx is x plus 2. You put it equal to 0, you get x equals minus 2. Right? That means if x plus 2 is a factor, implies x equals minus 2 is a 0. रिलेशन बताया था 0 और फैक्टर में, right? Simple. So x equals to minus 2 should be a 0 of this polynomial. So we'll write down the polynomial px. Write px. What is px? X cube plus 3x square plus 5x plus 6. What we have to put in place of x? Minus 2. Polynomial's value at minus 2. Minus 2 raised to power 3, 3 into minus 2 raised to power 2 plus 5 into minus 2 plus 6. Solve this out. We have minus 8 plus 12 minus 10 plus 6. Okay. Solve the negatives. Minus 18. Solve the positives. Plus 18. Is it giving 0? Let me write it for you. Minus 18 plus 18, that is 0. Right? Right? Since p minus 2 is 0, implies x equals minus 2 is a 0 of px, implies x plus 2 is a factor. It has come as a factor because its 0 is also a 0 of px. 0 of x plus 2 is also a 0 of px. Right? Second part, what it is? 2x plus 4. Right? We have to check whether x plus 2 is a factor of 2x plus 4. Let us say this is capital Px is 2x plus 4. What we have to find is its value at minus 2. 2 into minus 2 plus 4, that is 0. Now here what you are observing, is there any difference between x plus 2 and 2x plus 4? 2x plus 4 is actually 2 multiplied x plus 2. So here I am giving you a very, very important conclusion. Important conclusion. Please keep this in mind. Your questions in polynomial will become very simple. If any polynomial is multiplied or divided by any constant, then its zeros are not changed. Please remember, I am saying this statement only for multiplication or division, not for addition or subtraction. क्या कह रहा है statement? Statement is saying if you are multiplying any polynomial by any constant real number, constant means real number, ठीक है? If you are multiplying or dividing any polynomial with any constant or any real number, the zeros of the polynomial remains the same. They will not change. The same thing we had seen over here. Our linear polynomial x plus 2, linear polynomial 2x plus 4, both have the same 0 minus 2. Both have the same 0 minus 2. that means either you multiply or divide any polynomial with any given constant number, the zeros of the polynomial will not be affected. I am not saying about factors. I am saying only about the zeros. Factors will also remain the same. The only thing will be the total factors will be multiplied with the same constant number. Right? So dear students, example number 12 is find the value of k if x minus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. Right? In this polynomial, we could have k at any of the terms. Okay? Simple. We have to find the value of k. What we'll do? We'll do in the solution, whatever is the factor, from that we will find its 0. And we know that the 0 of the factor and the 0 of the polynomials are the same. So what we can say? X minus 1 is a factor. This implies if we put x minus 1 equals to 0, x equals to 1 is a 0 of px. That is actually the relation between the factor and the zeros. Let us write down px. Px is 4x cubed plus 3x square minus 4x plus k. And we should have p1 as 0. p1 should be 0. This equating p1 equals to 0 will give us the value of k. That means 4 multiplied 1 cube plus 3 multiplied 1 square minus 4 multiplied 1 plus k should be 0. Solve it out. We have got 4 plus 3 minus 4 plus k should be 0. 4 can be cancelled or k comes out to be minus 3. This way we are actually able to find the missing number, missing term in any of the polynomials if we are given it's one of the factors. So dear students, example number 13, what it is saying is factorize 6x square plus 17x plus 5 by first splitting the middle term and then by using the factor theorem. First we'll see the splitting the middle term method. We have px as 6x square plus 17x plus 5. For splitting the middle term method, you might remember we have to make the product of the coefficient of square term and the constant term. What is the product? 6 into 5. That is 30. 30 is the product requirement and 17 is the sum requirement. So we know that 15 plus 2 is 17 and 15 multiplied 2 is 30. So we split 17 as 15 plus 2 into x plus 5 we find it as opening up the bracket. Common out in these two is 3x twice x plus 5. Common factor is 1 only. So the factors are coming as 3x plus 1 multiplied with 2x plus 5. These are the factors. These two are the factors by splitting the middle term. Now let us see, if 3x plus 1 is a factor, what is its 0? The 0 is minus 1 upon 3. From 2x plus 5, the 0 is minus 5 upon 2. That means if we find polynomial's value at minus 1 upon 3, it should be 0. Check it out. We have 6 into minus 1 upon 3 square plus 17 into minus 1 upon 3 plus 5. This should give us 6 into 1 upon 9 square of 1 upon 3 minus 17 upon 3 plus 5. I am putting this straight as 6 upon 9 and taking LCM 9. 17 3 hours 51. 5 9 hours 45. Is this giving us 0? That means x equals minus 1 upon 3 is a 0. 3x plus 1 is a factor. Similarly, you can verify that polynomial's value at minus 5 upon 2 will be 0. That means x equals minus 5 upon 2 is a 0, or 2x plus 5 is a factor. So that is the relation, dear students, between factorization, the zeros, and the factors of any given polynomial. Dear students, example number 14 is factorize y square minus 5y plus 6 by using factor theorem only. Now we don't have to use the splitting the middle term method. That means the polynomial in y is y square minus 5y plus 6. Here I will give you a golden rule. Whenever the coefficient of highest degree term is 1, whenever the coefficient of the highest degree term is 1, take the constant number and find out all its factors. Factors of 6 are. Can we say it is positive 1? Negative 1? Yes. Positive 2, negative 2, positive 3 and negative 3. So we can write this as plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 3, and of course positive 6 and negative 6. So we can write this as plus minus 6. Okay? Of these factors, 1 or 2 will give the polynomial's value as 0. That means out of these, how many are there? 8 factors. Positive 1, negative 1 is 1. 2. Positive 2, negative 2. 2 factors. 4, 6 and 8. So 8 factors. Out of these 8 numbers, at 1 or 2 of the numbers, out of these 8 numbers, at 1 or 2 of the numbers, the value of the polynomial will be 0. That means of these 8 numbers, we have 1 or 2 zeros of the polynomial. and those zeros will give us the factors. So what we find first of all is P1, 1 minus 5 plus 6. 1 square 1 minus 5 into 1, 5 plus 6. That gives us 2. It is not equal to 0. Let us find P minus 1. That should be minus 1 square. I am directly writing 1. Minus 5 into minus 1. Positive 5 plus 6. That gives 12. Not equal to 0. Let us judge with 2. 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. 4 minus 10 plus 6. Yeah, that's it. That means y equals to is 0. Y minus 2 is a factor. Simple. Y equals to 2 is a 0. Why? Because polynomial's value at 2 is 0. And since y equals to 2 is a 0, so y minus 2 is a factor. That is a relation we have understood using factor theorem and zeros definition. Similarly, you can check on 3. P3 will be 3 square minus 5 into 3 plus 6. That will give us 9 minus 15 plus 6. That is 0. So, y equals 3 is a 0. That means y minus 3 is a factor. Now, what is the degree of the polynomial Py? Degree 2. The degree of the polynomial is 2. We have found 2 factors. Now, are these the only factors? In y terms, yes, they are. But is there any constant also multiplied to it? As I told you, if you multiply any constant number with any polynomial, it zeros and thus the factors remains unchanged. Y minus 3 is a factor, y minus 2 is a factor. That means any constant k multiplied with y minus 2 multiplied with y minus 3 should give us y square minus 5y plus 6. We have to find the value of this k. Multiply them, what we get is y square minus twice y minus 3y plus 6. Are we getting the same y square minus 5y plus 6? This implies k is 1. So no constant is being multiplied except 1 to y minus 3 into y minus 2. And thus the factors are only y minus 2 and y minus 3. If there had been any constant multiplied, this way we could have found it. Example, students, example number 15 is to factorize this cubic polynomial. Now please pay attention. Polynomials of power 3 or degree 3 or more, they can be factorized very easily with the help of knowledge of zeros and factor theorem and the relation between the zeros and the factors. So whenever we are giving any polynomial of degree greater than 2, we can apply the factor theorem very easily to factorize them, to find all their factors. Let us see how. The first thing that we have to observe is the coefficient of the highest degree term should be 1. If it is 1, we look at the constant term and find its all possible factors, not prime factors, factors. So here, factors of 120, they are plus minus 1 plus minus 2 plus minus 3 plus minus 4 plus minus 5 plus minus 6. 7 is not a factor. 8 is a factor, so plus minus 8. 9 is not a factor. 10 is a factor, plus minus 10. 11 is not a factor, plus minus 12 is a factor. 13 is not, 14 is not, 15 is. Okay? 16, no. Now how do we verify we have found all? 15, 8 hours 120. Right? Then we have 6 plus minus 20. 10 12s are, this pair completes. With 5 it is plus minus 24. With 4 it is plus minus 30. With 3 it is plus minus 40. With 2 it is plus minus 60. With 1 it is plus minus 120. So the list is very long. Happy to try all. We have to get 1 0 only. We have to get only 1 0. After that, we can convert it into quadratic. I will tell you how. So first thing is we try with positive negative 1. What is our px? Px is x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. First we find p1. We get 1 cube minus 23 into 1 square plus 142 into 1 minus 120. Is that giving us 0? Got 0? Negative 143, positive 143. So this is net is 0. So x equals 1 is 0. X minus 1 is a factor. One factor we have got. I can tell you we can get 2 more factors as 10 and 12 by simply doing calculation. But in many cases it may not be possible to identify the other factors. There may be a repeated factor also. Got it? So what we are going to do, we are going to divide the polynomial with x minus 1. We are going to divide with x minus 1, x cube minus 23x square plus 142x minus 120. Let us divide it little fast. X square will give us x cube minus x square. Change the sign. Cancels. Minus 22x square plus 142x minus will get minus 22 x. So I will get minus 22x square plus 22x. Change the signs. Cancels. 120x minus 120. So it will be positive 120 and we get 120x minus 120. Remainder is 0. Now how we will go on finding the other zeros? Look very carefully. Can I write dividend equals divisor into quotient plus remainder? Remainder is 0. So here dividend, that is px, is equals divisor multiplied quotient dividend equals divisor into quotient plus remainder. When the remainder is 0, dividend equals divisor into quotient. That is our rule. Dividend equals divisor into quotient. Dividend equals divisor into quotient plus remainder is 0. Right? Now can we factorize this? If we are able to factorize it, we have got all the factors. So let us see, the product is 120, positive 120. That means we have to split it as sum. 10 plus 12 is 22 and 10 into 12 is 120. 10 and 12. Right? So what I am getting is Px equals x minus 1 x square minus 10x minus 12x plus 120. That means this Px should be x minus 1 common x in the bracket x minus 10 common 12 in the bracket x minus 10. So what we are getting over here is, let us continue this side. We have Px is x minus 1 common bracket x minus 10 and x minus 10. X minus 10 and this is a complete factorization of the polynomial Px. If you multiply these three terms together, these three brackets together, you will get your question. Simple. So this way we are able to understand how to apply the factor theorem in various cases. After this, we'll be doing the exercise 2.3 whatsoever. So that will give us a new idea on how to actually implement all these cases in 2.4 as we have applied in examples. The same way we'll be applying the concept in exercise 2.4. Right? Thank you, students.